Parmanand Ashok Pawar, working as an assistant professor in electrical engineering department, NB Navale Sinhagad College of Engineering, Solapur. I have completed my B from Government College of Engineering, Jalgaon. Also, I am having completed my MTech in Power System from TIT Bhopal. Now, I am having the total teaching experience of 8 years. Today, we are dealing with one of the important bit of electrical engineering, and that bit is called as a voltage regulation of alternator. And that voltage regulation of alternator, we can discuss the first method, that is called as the EMF method for finding out the voltage regulation. So before we going to start the meaning of voltage regulation, we should know what do you mean by voltage regulation. So as we know that this voltage regulation is basically in concern with the alternator. So alternator is a generator. So as we know that generator will generate the electrical power. So electrical power formula is the product of voltage and current. So for the sake of alternator or a synchronous generator, we want to find out the value of voltage regulation. But in concern with a motor, the motor has a mechanical output, that is the mechanical power, which is given by the product of torque and speed. So in concern with motor, we can calculate the value of speed regulation, but in concern with the generator, that is synchronous generator for alternator, we can dealing with the voltage regulation. So in voltage regulation, today we are seeing the first method, that is method is called as EMF method for finding out the voltage regulation. So we'll start to discuss the voltage regulation of a alternator. So as we know that the voltage regulation of alternator is the rise in voltage at a terminals with the load is reduced from full load rated value to 0 when the speed and field current remaining the constant. Because as we know that in concern with voltage regulation, that is no load voltage minus full load voltage divided by full load voltage into 100. But in concern with alternator, there should be a voltage regulation which will give you the value, that is mod of EA minus mod of V divided by mod of V into 100, where there is GA is equal to magnitude of generated voltage per phase and V is equal to magnitude of rated terminal voltage per phase. So this voltage regulation is dependent upon the power factor of a load. So as we know that there are different power factor of a load, that is first one is for unity power factor, for lagging power factor and for leading power factor. But in concern with unity and lagging power factor, there should be a voltage drop in concern with a voltage regulation of alternator. So determination of voltage regulation, there are different methods are there. So first method is called as direct method to calculate the voltage regulation of a alternator. So in a direct method, we are applying the direct load on a alternator, and from that we can find out the value of E0. Similarly, find out the value, we know the value of V. So substituting this value, we can calculate the voltage regulation. So this method is called as direct method for calculation of voltage regulation. There are the second method which is called as indirect method. So in indirect method, we can calculate the value of voltage regulation indirectly. So in that particular method, there is a first method called as EMF method. Sometimes this method is called as synchronous impedance method for a voltage regulation. The second method is called as MMF, that is magnetic motive force method. Sometimes this method is called as ampere turn method. And the third type of method, that is called as zero power factor, and sometimes this method is called as a Pottier triangle method. So we'll start to discuss the first method to calculate the voltage regulation of alternator, and that method is called as synchronous impedance method or EMF method for calculation of a voltage regulation. So for finding out the regulation, there are different steps are involved in this particular method. So in that particular method, we want to plot the two graphs. That is, first plot is called as open circuit characteristics, second plot that is called as short circuit characteristics. So in the open circuit characteristics, drawing the field current versus the voltage value, and for the short circuit characteristics, we can calculate the value of field current versus short circuit current of a alternator, and both these curves are drawn on a common field current base. So consider a field current that is IF for a the open circuit voltage corresponding to this field current is E1. So as shown in that particular figure, there should be a first plot, that is plot against the field current versus open circuit voltage, that is called as E1. And for second, that is short circuit characteristics. So in short circuit characteristics, we can plot against, that is field current versus short circuit current. So this is one of the important while deriving the value of a synchronous method of a voltage regulation. When winding is short circuited, then the terminal voltage is 0. Hence, it may be assumed that where this voltage E1 is being used to circulate the armature short circuit current I1 against the synchronous impedance. So we know the fundamental formula, that is V is equal to IR. So in concern with alternator, there is E1 is equal to I1 into ZS. So we know what do you mean by E1, that is generated voltage. We know the value of I1, that is current which is available with us. ZS is the synchronous impedance. So ZS is calculated, that is E1 by I1. So what do you mean by E1? That is open circuit voltage in terms of volts, and I1 is a short circuit current in terms of ampere. So that will give you the value of ZS, and ZS is called as synchronous impedance. That's why this method is called as synchronous impedance method or EMF method to find out the voltage regulation of alternator. We know the fundamental GMF generated equation of alternator, that is EPH is equal to 4.44, that is Kp Kd F into phi into T. There is F is equal to frequency, phi is equal to flux, T is equal to number of turns. So from that equation, we'll get the relation, that is GPH directly proportional to phi. Similarly, the field current is directly proportional to phi. Therefore, the plot of E1 and IF should be a straight line, but after some breakaway point, it should be reduced. Similarly, we can calculate the value of the short circuit characteristics, which is drawn by the field current versus the short circuit current. So again, from the fundamental equation, that characteristics is also a straight line. So from OCC and SSC, we can draw the common characteristics in which the OCC is calculated or draw, that is IF versus E1. Similarly, drawing SCC, that is IF versus short circuit current. So the first characteristics is from OCC is from green color, and the second characteristics, that is short circuit, for the red color. So this is the combined characteristics of OCC and SCC. So from drawing that particular value, we can mark the different points from at a particular field current. So at a particular field current, what should be the value of generated voltage E1, and what a value of field current for a short circuit current. So we can plot or mention the different points on the plot. So for the open circuit characteristics, we should plot the point, that is B, and for short circuit characteristics, we can put the point, that is C. So from that particular graph, we can calculate the value of ZS by the ratios, that is AB, means the ratio, that is AB is the OCC characteristics value. Similarly, for short circuit characteristics, we have the value, that is AC. So while taking this ratio, that is JB, J in terms of volts, and the value of AC in terms of ampere, we can calculate the value of ZS, and that ZS is called as a synchronous impedance of a alternator. So this method is called as synchronous impedance method of a alternator. So if you know the value of XS, we can calculate the value of Zs. So as we know that there is a fundamental formula of Zs, that is square root of R2 square plus xs square or Rs square plus xs square. So if you know the value of Zs, we can calculate the value of the xs, that is square root of Zs square minus Rs square. So from that particular equation we can calculate the percentage regulation, that regulation in concern with generator or alternator. So that's why this is a Jup type of regulation because it is a generator. So that's why E0 minus V divided by V into 100, where E0 is calculated with the help of vector diagrams that we had already discussed in last few videos. So for calculating of E0 we have the different values of the calculation or the different phasor diagram. So calculation of E0, there is a formula, that is square root of V cos phi plus IARA bracket square plus in bracket V sin phi u plus or minus IAXS bracket square. So keep in mind why there is a sign that is plus or minus, because as we know that in concern with alternator, if the alternator adds a lagging power factor, then the sign is positive, that is lagging power factor. If the sign negative, that means it is a leading power factor. So this is the formula to calculate the value of E0 for both lagging leading power factor. Therefore, the synchronous impedance method is based on the concept of replacing effect of armature reaction by a fictitious reactance. So that is called as XS, that is synchronous reactance, which will be the addition of XL, that is load reactance, plus XA, that is fictitious reactance. For a synchronous generator, we can calculate the value, that is V is equal to G0 minus Zs into Is. So this is very basic equation, because in concern with generator there is V is equal to E0 minus ZsIa, and for motor that is V is equal to E plus I ZsRa, where Zs is equal to R0 plus J into Xs. So in order to determine the synchronous impedance, Z is measured and the value of E is calculated. From EA and V, the voltage regulation is calculated. So this method is called as the synchronous impedance method for calculation of a voltage regulation. So we'll solve one problem based on this method. So this problem is available with us. So this is the problem. From following test results, determine the voltage regulation of 2000 volt single phase alternator delivering a current of 100 ampere at a unity power factor. Second, 0.8 leading power factor. Third, that is 0.71 lagging power factor. So the test results are available with us. So the first test result, that is full load current of 100 ampere, is plotted or produced on a short circuit by a field excitation of 2.5 ampere, and this is for the short circuit, and EMF of 500 volt is produced on open circuit by same excitation. The armature resistance value is 0.8 ohm. So for solving of this problem, we have the different given things, means we have the voltage regulation, the rating, that is 2000 volt single phase alternator, the delivering current, that is 100 ampere, the short circuit current, that is 100 ampere, the open circuit voltage, that is 500 volt, and we have the armature resistance value, that is 0.8 ohm. So while considering this value, we can find out the value of the voltage regulation at a different method. So first step, to find out the value of Zs. So for finding out the value of Zs, we have the value of open circuit voltage divided by short circuit current. We have the value of open circuit voltage, that is 500 volt, divided by short circuit current, that is 100 ampere. So it will give you the value, that is Zs is equal to 5 ohm. So if you know the value of Zs, then it will be easy to calculate the value of synchronous reactance. So we have the formula, that is Xs is equal to square root of Zs square minus Ra square. We have the value of Ra square. So substitute this value into this equation, we can get the value of Xs. So the value of Xs is 4.936 ohm. So this is the value of Zs and Xs. So will considering the first case, that is for unity power factor. But before we going to start the unity power factor, first of all we should calculate the value of IRA drop. Similarly, find out the value of IXS drop. So for understanding of IRA drop, we have the current value, that is 100, into substitute the value of resistance, that is 0.8, we can get the value, that is 80 volt. Similarly, find out the value of IXS drop, that is 100 into 4.936, because previously we have already calculated the value of synchronous reactance, that will give you the value of 494 volt. So substitute this value into a fundamental equation of EMF generated of alternator for unit power factor that we had already derived in the last few videos in concern with vector diagram of an alternator. So the formula is square root of V plus IRA bracket square plus I and XS square. So substitute the value of V, because we want to find out the value of voltage regulation at 2000 volt. So substitute this value, that is 2000, plus the drop, that is IRA drop, that is 80. So substitute this value. Similarly, substitute the value of 494 into that equation. We can get the value of E0. So the value of E0 is 2140 volt. So if you know the value of 2104 volt, we can find out the value of voltage regulation, that is E0 minus V divided by V. So the value of E0 is 2140 minus 2000 divided by 2000. So it will give you the value of regulation, that is 7% for a unity power factor. So let's will solve the second case for 0.8 leading power factor. So for a leading power factor, the basic fundamental concept that we know, there should be a change in sign in that particular formula, that is minus, because as we know that for leading power factor the sign of E0 is a minus. So for finding out the E0, there should be a fundamental formula, that is square root of V cos phi plus IRA bracket square plus V sin phi minus IA XS bracket square. So substitute all the value of V cos phi, IA, RA drop, similarly V sin phi. If you know the value of phi, that is cos phi is 0.8, then it will be easy to find out the value of sin phi. So the value of sin phi is 0.6. So substitute this value into that equation. We can get the value of E0, and the value of E0 is 1820 volt. So if you know the value of E0, then it will be easy to find out the voltage regulation of alternator, that is E0 minus V divided by V. So we want to find out the voltage regulation for the 2000 volt. So for leading power factor, the voltage regulation is minus 9%. So this is the second case. So let's start the third case, and for the third case we want to find out the voltage regulation, that is 0.71 lagging power factor. So for considering for the lagging power factor, we know the fundamental formula. So in that particular formula for lagging power factor, the sign is plus. So considering this sign, we can find out the value of E0, and for finding out the value of E0, there should be a formula, that is square root, that is V cos phi plus IRA drop bracket square plus in bracket V sin phi u plus IA XS bracket square. If you know the value of cos phi, that is 0.71, so substitute, or while considering this value, we can find out the value of sin phi. So find out the value of sin phi and substitute here. So we can get the value of E0, that is 2432 volt. So this is the value of EMF generated as lagging power factor. So substitute this value of E0 into voltage regulation. We can get the value of voltage regulation at lagging power factor. So the voltage regulation is 21.6%. So for solving this problem, the voltage regulation value for unity power factor is 7%, for leading power factor that is 0.9%, and for lagging power factor that is 21.6%. So this is the problem based on a EMF equation of the alternator for calculation of voltage regulation by synchronous impedance method. So this method is also called as EMF method of a alternator. Thank you. Thank you very much.